Is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Weapon Collective. My name's Jeff and it is a gorgeous fall day out on the range. I'm very excited to be out here and very excited to be taking a look at the gun we're looking at today. This is a gun from Alpha American Firearms, and if you were to get this from anywhere other than Kovert, this would be known as the WarFighter. It would have a front sight though. So coming from Kovert, they got with AAF, did their exclusive Kovert Edition. So this is the AAFX Kovert, and it has a very improved styling aesthetic to it. I think it looks absolutely amazing with this DLC camo and these gold highlights. It's drop dead gorgeous. The weight on this thing is the first thing you'll notice when you pick it up. Steel frame, steel grip, steel magwell. There is no joke, this thing means business. But I'm gonna save all of the details about this gun for the outro. Just go over how I have it set up like I do in most videos and like I do on most guns. Of course, Trijicon SRO Surefire X300 Turbo. So I'm gonna zip it. Let's go shoot this sumbitch and I'll see you in the outro. Okay, before we get to the gun part, I did just want to take one quick second and go over some gear because I get a lot of questions about stuff that I'm using out here, starting with my holster. That's probably one of the most common questions. What holster are you running? And these are the Priority 1 X300 light bearing holster. Love this holster. It is 99% of all my 2011s fit in this one holster. Now I do have several of them, and I just have that because there's a few that are adjusted to different tensions, so I don't have to always make adjustments, and certain guns go in certain ones, but they absolutely fit more 2011s than any other holster I've ever come across. So Priority 1, you can get them off the Atlas website or directly from them, but it is important to note that these are all light bearing. So it's probably more gun specific if you move away from the light. Next, if you have been watching the channel for some time, you will have noticed a period where I was always wearing my tactical suspenders. I get asked about those a lot too. Those are something I made in my garage and unfortunately don't have anywhere that you could get those without actually making them. But I know Cry Precision does make some suspenders. I don't like them as much as the ones that I made, but they do make them if you're interested. But as far as belts go, I don't wear those suspenders anymore because I found a belt that actually stays up for me. And this is the Agilite Magnetics belt. It fits, it's comfortable, it's sturdy, it's rigid. I love this thing, and the coolest part is there's magnets on the inner belt and the outer belt. So my holster always lines up right where it's supposed to. As long as I line that inner belt up and the magnets are in the right spot, the outer belt goes on, boom, indexes on those magnets beautifully, and it's made life much simpler. So that's the belt. Then you've also seen me wearing these gloves in almost every video since I found these gloves. I'm a glove guy. I've tried every glove seemingly, and these are by far my favorite. These are the Tac Lab Reapers. I do have a code for these. If you're interested, you could go to their website and use the code Jeff10 for 10% off. I will also put a link in the description if you are so inclined that you want to pick up some Tac Lab Reapers. And then lastly, I just picked up some new Ear Pro. I've tried several different versions of these in-ear electronic ear protection. They never did the job. So I was absolutely convinced that they didn't work. And then I came across these Autos upon a recommendation from my buddy Parker. He told me about these, took a chance, and I love these noise barrier electronic ear pro from Auto. They are expensive, but that's because they work. I don't have a code for those, but maybe Auto will reach out and give me one. That's the gear I use. If you have any more questions, drop one in the comment and I will do my best to answer those. Let's get to the good stuff. It's a pretty damn gun. See it. Woo-hoo-hoo, this thing is money. Whoa. This thing is a beast, man. Through the window. Dropped one. Oh. Now you combine the weight of this gun with the porting and you got a seriously badass gun. It is very fun to shoot. I like this thing a lot already. Whoa. That was sloppy. I'm dropping mags right and left. Yep. I'm riding the slide, it won't lock back on my grip, but. All right, out at 100 with the AAFX Kovert. Done a little bit of shooting with this thing so far, and it is a fantastic shooting gun. The weight combined with those ports are spectacular. So let's see what it does at a hundo. Shithead. It's accurate. That was all me. But once again, this gun, man, the weight especially. I mean, it's the combo, as I've said. But you get a heavy ass gun like this with that porting, and it is just a really nice combination. I like it a lot. Oh, see, I swept that on. So I do that when I'm moving around. Whoo, slow, 212. The one thing I've noticed about this gun, and this is where I notice it being the most obvious, is this thumb safety. Very easy to swipe on. So when I'm doing a reload, I come down to grab that mag release and then I'm coming back up and I just sweep it on. So I'm thinking there's probably just a stronger spring you can put in here to push that detent out a little harder and make it a little more resistant, but give it a little more resistance, I should say, but we'll see if it continues to be an issue. Oh, I swept it on. And I'm thinking about it too. So that's where my thumb travels. Slop. That thumb safety's killing me. .177. Swept it on again. Holy cow, dude. Just every time I sweep that safety on, it's just way too easy to activate. Let's see if I can work around it though. Okay, 177, but I had to get my thumb back on top of there. I mean, this is how I normally shoot. I rest my thumb on the thumb safety, you know, like this. But when I'm doing a mag change, I come down, drop it, get a new mag in, and then I really break the shot before I get my thumb back up on there. So when I'm coming back up, I'm sweeping it. So maybe it's not a bad move to wait to get it, but it's not as fast. 197. 166. Last one, and then this gun needs a little love for reloads. 183, like, I need to just tighten that thumb safety up, and then nothing wrong with it, but right now that's an issue. Because you breathe on that thing wrong and it activates the thumb safety. All right, at the 7 with the AAFX Kovert, and we're running some bills. So once again, not from holster, I'm just trying to check this trigger, which is a red dirt trigger, even though I've never seen one solid red dirt trigger like that, but it is. It looks more like a Nighthawk trigger, but red dirt. And it's very short with a very fast reset, so should be potentially very fast. Whoa, man, just can't get my finger going. Through one, 9.4. That was clean. 102. Oh, I dropped one. 9.8. So that's like, I think that would average out to a sub 2 from the holster, but it's a nice trigger, man. Leaked one right, 9.9. So far, I absolutely love this gun. The only problem is that thumb safety, but everything else is superb. Okay, we are running the same drill, bill drill, with some Simex. See how this runs, and then this is Jello shots. I'm gonna see if it noticeable. Simex, I know it is. Just sprayed them though. Simex is not accurate. 9.9. Okay, that was clean. 9.9. Let's try Jello shots. So 147 grain Badlands munition Jello shots. Clean. One even. Clean. 9.9. Oh, I threw one. Threw two. 9.1. 9.1. Nice. Yeah, it's a fast damn gun. Good thing about Jello shots is you can do that and then you can do this. Simex, you may hit that, you may not. From like 40 yards, starts getting really inaccurate, but it's very fun to shoot. But Jello shots is a more practical all-around application that's soft shooting, especially through a V14. I love it when there's a lot of steel. This little guy through the window. Oh, last shot missed it. I'm impressed with this thing, man. The way this gun shoots, the weight of it is significant, and you feel it. I used to like aluminum grips. The more I shoot steel, I like them. They are nice. And the reset on this trigger, I want to show you the brake. So wall right there. And I did put this on a scale. It was like just barely sub 2. And then look at this reset. Like, it's probably the shortest reset I have. Shortest trigger I have. It's a dinky little thing. It's nice. Oh, that one was fast. Woo! Nice. Like that. It's a good heavy gun with a good trigger. You can do that. Okay, just got done shooting this Alpha American Firearms X Kovert. If you got it anywhere else, it's gonna have a front sight and be a WarFighter. So this is the special edition only offered at Kovert, like I said in the intro. And let's just start with the only downside to this whole gun. And that was, for me, the thumb safety just being far too easy to activate. So I swept it on a lot, trying to do reloads. So with this pistol, doing my reloads was not a good performance, to say it bluntly. And I just kept sweeping this on, but it is by no means a difficult fix. And I think I'm just gonna pop this grip safety off, and it doesn't look like there's a dimple in there. I'm just gonna get the Dremel out, put a little dimple in there for that detent to have a pocket to go into, and that should solve the whole problem. So if I'm gonna have a problem with the gun, let it be that. It is a simple solution, and everything else about this pistol I absolutely loved. Starting with the weight, and you pick this gun up and it feels substantial in your hand from just getting it off the table. And then the trigger, the reset, the brake and the reset on this trigger are both excellent. As I mentioned somewhere in the video, it has to have the shortest reset of any 2011 I have. I mean, it's crazy. So for me, someone who's not a top-notch shooter or a super fast shooter, I can get this gun going pretty quick when I get my trigger finger moving. There's always some disconnect between my head and my finger, but every now and again it'll work, and I was able to get a couple strings of some pretty rapid fire with this. And I mean, this gun wants to go fast, it's built to go fast, and all the while remain flat and soft. These V14 ports, they kick so much ass. This gun is awesome. I love this gun a lot. And so let's just go through it. Who is Alpha American? Where did they come from? The whole story. So I talked to Tim, and that is the founder, the head man over at Alpha American. So he came up, he worked at Wilson Combat, he worked at Nighthawk, and then a couple years ago he set out on his own and started AAF. And I've been watching him, I've seen him here and there, and just my personal preference, the early guns I saw they didn't have full-length dust covers and just not as modern as this gun is. I remember thinking, that's a sweet gun, but for the price, there's a couple things that I don't love about it. And then now here we are with a gun like this that is just an absolute monster. That's all I can say about it, is I love it. Everything about this gun is suited to my preference. No grip safety, tons of porting, full-length dust cover, ambi thumb safeties, super fast, short little trigger, big magwell. I mean, I dig it. There's nothing I could say I would change about this gun except the thumb safety. Now aesthetically, the camo, this DLC camo, I freaking love it. The gold, like, I could take it or leave it. I'm willing to bet that this gets recoated during the life of this pistol, and I send this out and have all this gold turn black or rose gold. The yellow gold, I mean, I think it looks good. It's a nice, aesthetically pleasing gun. It's just not necessarily my style. I have like one other gun like this, and it's by no means this cool, but it's just not really my preference. So for shooting the gun, that matters not. But we all know a good looking gun shoots better. So I'm gonna get this thing right where I like it, but I'm gonna shoot it as is for quite some time before I send it off, because I don't think I'm gonna wanna part with this thing for a while. I'm gonna wanna be shooting this. And let's just go through the parts on this. Part of what makes this such a fantastic gun is this Chile steel grip and magwell. Significant weight, and then added with these ports, it just seems to sit so nicely. And the trigger, I mean, that's really it. I would say it's the trio of this, the porting, the trigger, and this steel grip. And it just runs. I didn't do much drawing today, so that's really, most of the guns that I have that don't have polymer grips have aluminum grips. And my thought process has just been, well, I like metal grips, but steel's heavy, slow out of the holster. So I've been a little hesitant to go all steel, but I think my views are changing. But like I said, we didn't do any drawing really today. We shot from the ready for the most part. So I'll have to get it on the clock and see what a big heavy gun like this does to my draw. I don't have the fastest draw anyway, so might as well just get a heavy gun and try to get faster with that, because it shoots so beautifully. But it also, this trigger this is a red dirt trigger. It looks like a Nighthawk trigger to me when I first saw it, but I've never seen a just solid red dirt trigger, but it is a red dirt trigger. So the optic plate, here we have, this is from Accuracy X. And the first thing I noticed about it, because the gun arrived to me without an optic, so there are 3 screws holding this plate to the gun, which is good because I've had every optic plate there is out there come loose. So hey, why not throw in an extra screw? 3 is gonna keep this thing nice and secure, I would imagine. It does have the rear sight built into it and the front sight delete, which I like. You know, even with the rear sight, sometimes I will use that to line the dot up, and works good for distance. Lets me know if I'm off windage wise, but the grip texture on this Chile grip is really nice. I'm not sure if this is their aggressive or not. It feels like it. It's not too spicy, but it's very grippy, and it's just very smooth. And I mean, it's just an overall high quality build. You can see all of the slide to frame fitment. There is, I mean, very little movement in there. Everything lines up very tight. I mean, this is just a very well built gun. And it's obvious from the time you pick it up, and then you start shooting it, and you're by the end of the first mag, you're well aware that you have something special on your hands. So this is the Alpha American X Kovert, or if you see it with the front sight, it's a WarFighter. And it is a badass gun. If you ever have a chance to shoot one of these, I highly recommend doing so and adding one to your collection. You're going to be seeing this a lot on the channel, so stay tuned for future videos. Please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Jeff for the Weapon Collective, reminding you, keep your weapons collected and keep collecting your weapons. I'll catch you next time. Whoa, something fastest ever.